Hi, David here with Lancaster Honda. Here we've got a 65 plate 2016 Honda HR-V SE model. So just to let you know the trim levels with this, there's an S, SE, EX, and then there's one at the side, a sport model that's got slightly stiffer suspension. So this is basically a mid-spec one. You get all the features you kind of want. There's a few that some people may want, but they're not on this one, so if you're not too bothered, no need to pay for them. So as far as condition goes, just going to start at driver's rear wheel, just work our way around. I'll cover some of the features as we go. First of which is 17-inch alloys. They are an upgrade from the S to the SE. And it's also in the alabaster silver metallic colour. So if we could get the right angle on that, I'll give you a view of the paintwork. And then down the side of the vehicle there, you can see there's no condition items on it whatsoever. Then onto the driver's front alloy. So there is a bit of wear and tear on that, but we do make sure they're all sorted and made sure they're all right before handover, so don't worry about that. Then onto the front end now. You get parking sensors front and back. That's another step up from the S to the SE. So there's one at each extremity on the front there, and then there's 4 along the rear, so I'll show you those when we get to them. And I'll just give you a little shot of the front bumper, see how it looks. So not much overhang to be clipping on curbs anywhere. And onto the next alloy. This is your passenger side front alloy. But just while we're on that as well, the whole vehicle does have a moulding around it. It does protect your paint a little bit from flying stones and a little bit of rust. So as you can see, it is literally all the way around the vehicle. And then there's view down the other side. Again, you can see there's no dents, nothing to be concerned about there. And I don't know if you can just catch metallic colour here. Not quite. See if we can get it somewhere else again. So onto the rear end, you can see there's no clouding on the tail lights at all. And then as I said, you do get rear parking sensors, so there's one up there, one in the middle, and mirrored again for the other side. And there is also a tow bar on this model, and the connector for it is a 7-pin. Doesn't look like it's been used very heavily to my eyes at all, that one. So while we're on the back, we'll just check out the boot space. So this vehicle does have a fairly large boot. I've put one side down already, so you can see it does fold completely flat, nice and practical. Then underneath the boot floor, there is a bit more space under there. However, somebody has put a spare wheel in this one. So quite a desirable feature that weren't as standard. As you can see here, there's a tyre inflation kit and tool set just behind that little panel. And you've also got a little 12-volt socket just above. So just to show the inflation kit is there, you can see you've got all your tools in there, and that's the fluid at the bottom. So in theory, this is one of the few HR-Vs you could have two accidents, you could have 2 tyres go flat. You've got a full-size spare in there, and then you've got an inflation kit there. So just pop that down, go into the back seats, because this vehicle also comes with Honda's Magic Seat system. So as you can see, the base folds completely into the floor there. Second feature as well is the seats do have a different level of adjustment there, so you can actually recline them a little bit further back. It's not massively, but it is a little bit. You've then got a nice comfy armrest right in the middle there. And then this is the pièce de résistance of the Magic seats. You lift them up, fold the base in, and there you go. Seats all folded up vertically like a cinema seat. And you've also got mats underneath that do span the whole floor, and that's the mark there of where the base sits in it. So both sides can go up. I won't fold the base in just because that's what locks it in place, but as you can see, you get plenty of room when you've got the seats up. And they're really easy to put back down. So if you want to see how easy that is, literally just lift that up, it drops down, and there you go. So now we're finished with that, we'll just jump into the front side and I'll go through the features in the front. So you've got electric windows all around, electric folding wing mirrors. You've then got a little panel just to the right with your economy button on, your headlight heights, and you've got your lane departure warning, parking sensors, your alarm, and then you've got your sort of vehicle stability assists there. So I'll just start the engine, show you it does start with no problems. There you go. And I'll show you the mileage. Not too far there. Click through it. Oh, there we go. 29,806 miles. So it is very low mileage considering it's 6 going on 7 years old. So as far as features go, just below you do have cruise control with a speed limiter on this side. On the other side you've got a couple of buttons that will flick through different menus over on this screen here. And then in the centre you've got all your audio controls there, so you can flick through different sources. With the middle button you can then flick through, say, tracks or start scanning for your audio stations, and then you got your volume, obviously your up and down. And then just below there you've got these 3 buttons which affect your trip computer, which is just that screen there. You've then got these 3 on this side, which are top 2 of your phone buttons, and then the bottom one's your voice recognition one. Then I'll just make sure the volume's not on too high, so I'll turn it right down. So you do get a few different radio sources in this one, a few ways to connect up your audio. So what we'll do is I'll just jump onto the home screen first. So as you can see, you've got your phone settings, your audio settings, and then you've got more settings there, and you can flick through different screens and have a look through Honda's app centre if you wanted to have a look at that. But if we go into audio, and then you go to source, you can see you've got FM, LW, MW, DAB, then got your phone, iPod, USB, so they both plug in via USB. Then got your CD slot, which is just that one there, Bluetooth, and then HDMI. So I'll show you where all the connections are for that in 1 second. And then just below there, I'll just turn that on, you do get dual zone climate control. So the dual zone being another thing you get from the S to the SE, so you can turn synchronise off, and it lets you adjust them separately, and if you want them back on the same temp, just press synchronise and you're all back to normal again. So I'll just turn that off for now. And just below that you've got your auto stop start button if you're not a big fan of that. Then got gear stick for your 6-speed gearbox. It does seem quite a funny shape, but it is really nice and easy to use because it's very small, doesn't have to go very far. Below that you've got your electronic parking brake with a brake hold function. And then you've got some of the weirdest cup holders I've seen, but they do work really well. So you can make them really deep and get a big bottle down there. If you want them nice and small, just press the little button and that folds up, and you can also have that bit separate as well. And if you're wondering how you get another one in, well, the armrest actually slides back as well. It's got 2 positions. So there's the first, there's the second, there's the third, and then there's also a little tab underneath there, so you can lift it up and you've got a tiny little bit of space just underneath there, with that one there being just the right size for, say, a credit card or anything of that sort. So the centre console is quite usable. And then just before I show you where everything connects up, because I will have to open the driver's side door just to get the right angle to show you, otherwise my knee's going to create a lot of shade and you won't see anything. And there's a traffic announcement. So glove box is fairly deep, book pack's in there and everything's in there, including service history and owner's manual. So all that's in there, and it's still got plenty of room in the glove box. So you should be able to carry quite a bit in this vehicle. You've also got a nice long triple vent there, so plenty of airflow around this. And as I said, the vehicle does have plenty of places to connect up your devices. So if you look underneath, you've got 2 USB sockets, a 12-volt power outlet and an HDMI port there. And just while it's on my mind, you've also got fitted Honda HR-V mats in here, which go all round, and I've already shown the ones in the back that go right underneath the seats. So if you'd like any more info on this vehicle, or perhaps you'd like to come down and test drive it, just give us a call and we'll see what we can do for you. Thanks, take care, bye.